Hello everybody and welcome to another pomade review. So the pomade that we are looking at today is Murray's Super Light. So yes, the Murray's that everyone knows, the one that everyone has used, the one that is featured in my very first YouTube video ever. This is the super light version of that product. Murray's is a brand that's been around forever and a brand that is very much integrated into every pomade user's life. At one point or another, they've used Murray's, but not as many people have used the super light version. So today, that's what I'll be showing you. So let's get into it. So here is the product itself. It is in the same orange container as the regular Murray's, but this one has a barbershop pole in it and of course says super light. And the product on the inside, as you can see I've used it a lot, this is pretty old, is this translucent yellow. Almost like a translucent version of the regular Murray's pomade. It's a more clear, a lot lighter colored one. And the scent on it, I actually really like it. When it comes to classic scents, this is one of the best classic smelling products. It's, of course, like a classic baby powder scent, like most classic pomades. But for some reason, to me, it's just, I picture in my mind pineapples whenever I smell it. So it's just that like talcum powder, baby powder scent. But if you use your imagination well enough, you can smell pineapples. So I really, really like it. It's a great one. So when it comes to this product's performance, the word super light defines it perfectly. This is by far one of the lightest products out there. It is honestly just barely a step above straight up just tonic for your hair. It is so light. So using this as a standalone product, if your hair is curly, if your hair is very coarse, if it has a lot of waves to it, even though I'm an advocate for light products and that you don't need crazy thin hair to use light products, this one's an exception. That I know that it's really, really hard to get your hair to do what you want it to do with this stuff. It is so light. In my opinion, it's lighter than Royal Crown hairdressing, and that's one of the lightest. This stuff is just straight up grease. It is grease, it is oil, it is slick. And it will not give your hair a lot of height, not give it a lot of volume. It's just straight up grease. So if you think that your hair is a little too thick for it, it probably is, because this stuff is super, super light. Okay, so enough talking about the product. Let's actually use it. So like I always do, I'm going to put water in my hair. But this time, you may be wondering like, well, you're not worried about tug and pull, are you? No, I'm not, because this does not tug and pull at all. But the reason I am putting water in my hair is so that my natural cowlicks and the things that my hair naturally wants to do, it can be weighed down slightly. So that because this stuff has no grip at all to it, if I just were to put it in my hair with nothing in it, it would just look exactly as it looks right now, but just shiny. So that's what it would do. But anyway, this stuff, nothing to it, light, greasy, and as you just start to rub it in your hand, you're like, ooh, this is greasy. Honestly, this stuff feels to me, because on the ingredients, if you look up ingredients, the classic products, all it is just a different variation and combination of petroleum jelly and other like fragrance and maybe an oil or two. That's honestly all that's in here. Like this one is just petroleum, lanolin, coconut oil, aloe vera, and fragrance. So it's seriously 5 ingredients, including the fragrance, but it's just petroleum and a couple of other oils. So the amount of oil that is in this is way more than something like the original Murray's, which is why this is so greasy, is because it's just oil that you're just putting straight into your hair. So if you have acne or suffer from getting acne, I would not recommend using this. It's just going to give you even worse acne just because of how greasy and oily it is. But if you like shiny, if you like your hair shiny, this stuff is one of the best when it comes to a top layer. So if you're using a really heavy product and it's not very shiny and you want to put a top layer on it, this stuff is perfect. It's very, very good if you want to put a top layer of hair product on your hair to make it more shiny. Then this stuff is one of the best for using as a top layer. But when it comes to strength in your hair. It seriously just is, it's lighter than if you were to just put straight Vaseline in your hair. It is so stinking light. And if you were to put something like straight up Vaseline in your hair, you would get more grip to it. Because one product that would be more like straight Vaseline would be something like Tres Flores. And that product is just straight up Vaseline with a floral scent. And I feel that that product has a heavier hold than Murray's Super Light. Murray's Super Light, because of the combination of oil that is in it, just makes this extremely oily, greasy combination. Now, if you have hair that is thinner or hair that has been trained, it will be really easy to get everything set in order, but don't expect your hair to be doing anything crazy. When you got a heavy product, you know, you're going to have your hair doing crazy stuff, going straight up and all that nonsense. And then with a medium, you get a nice balance. But with a super light, you cannot expect anything more than what your hair naturally wants to do. And even right now, I'm seeing, as you can see, just with the bathroom light in my bathroom, the amount of shine is ridiculous. It is so, so, so shiny. Now, if you like classic looks, that's perfect. But a lot of modern styles don't like really, really shiny, which is okay. So this would definitely not somebody who would doing something modern. But classic styles, it gives a beautiful shine, just absolutely blinding amount of shine. Makes your hair look really dark as well because of the shine. But when it comes to control, you should be having a pocket comb with you, because if you don't have a pocket comb, your hair is going to come out of place. Like I said earlier, the smell test, you can smell that baby powder, talcum powder with a hint of, for me, pineapple, that you smell in it, but overall you just get this classic scent to it. Now, when you're thinking of products that can do this, that are modern, you know, have the same amount of shine, same amount of control for better, yeah, there are products that can do this identical thing with this amount of shine, that are a lot more well balanced and easier to wash out. Stuff like the one that immediately comes to my mind is Layrite Super Shine. That stuff is just this shiny, but it gives you more strength, more control, and it's water-based, so it can wash out really easily, you know. But with this, you know, it gives you the same amount of classic shine, you know, and there are people who are hardcore advocates for exclusively classic products. You know, they'll only use classic, so this would be a great one if you want shine. This thing or Royal Crown is a good second. But either way, I think I just need to do some final tweaks and I'm about done. Alright, so there's my hair. And my hair is not very well trained right now. I don't really do any specific styles every single day to make my hair exactly the same every day, to make it so a light product will look perfectly structured every time. So I still have some natural waves, some kind of weird, strange structure to my contour up top. And that's because my hair isn't perfectly trained and because this stuff is so dang light. So final verdict on Murray's Super Light is it is super light. If you like light products, you've probably already used this. And if you haven't, it's a great classic to look into. But if you want a product that's going to give your hair strength and durability, this is not it. And if you want something that's easy to wash out, this is not it either. The price tag is good. You can find this at a local Walmart or Target or something for about $3. That's great. You know, so if you're looking for price point, it's a great buy. Whereas something that is more of a well-structured product would cost you a bit more because it'd be maybe 10 to 15, even 20. Whereas this is cheap, a lot like Royal Crown hairdressing, so it's a cheap way to style your hair to make it look really slick and classic. So all around, great classic. You should get it if you don't have it, but don't expect anything incredible. It's just light, greasy. That's it. It's just light and greasy and cheap. So there you have it. I don't know what much else to say, but that's Murray's Super Light. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll make sure to get back to as many of you as I can, and if there's a review that you would like me to do in the future, make sure to let me know, and I'll see if I can get to it in the future. But for now, goodbye.